What is PRAT? I know we've talked about this before, but we're going to look at it once more. And the question comes up a lot. This particular one is from Ron in New Jersey. And Ron says, Paul, thank you for your great videos at the start of my day. Well, Ron, thank you for watching at the start of your day. I do appreciate it, truly. This is yet another question about amplifiers, and that is, I understand and can clearly hear things like harmonic detail, clarity, soundstage, range, but there are concepts that are just almost always used by reviewers that I just don't get. And they refer to an amp's pace or rhythm or timing. Can you help me understand this? Well, it's a fairly British term, pace, rhythm, and timing, I think is what PRAT stands for. The Brits came up with it and have done it for quite a while. The Americans have kind of gotten onto it too. And basically it's simply toe tapping. And if the music makes you boogie, then it's got PRAT. And I guess the bigger question is, how does an amplifier get pace, rhythm, and tempo, toe tapping? How does it do that? And I think the answer, I don't have a clear answer, okay, because I certainly can't tell you if you change this capacitor's value to X, Y, or Z, that the timing, the pace and the rhythm is going to get better. What I can tell you is that the freer the music is in a reproduced system, the less constriction and restraints that we have on our system, where it's not struggling to reproduce stuff. Our brain kind of relaxes and we get more into the music and pay less attention to the reproduced sound. So if you've ever sat in a system that is, and listened to a system that is struggling, and by that let's imagine, a pair of small speakers, they have no bass, the highs are a little screechy. It's just, it's a little bit tinny, it's a little bit struggling sounding, and it's trying to reproduce music with a lot of pace, rhythm, and timing. Dance music, Daft Punk, any number of hip-hop-y kind of things. It's going to have trouble doing that because its frequency response is limited in an area where we need pretty good frequency response. It's going to get compressed if it's the kind of speaker that's in my head. And your brain puts up these areas of defense, like this is farther away from my expectations or from what musical reality I know to be, and therefore I don't get as much into it as I should and relax. Where if you hear a system who has full range, who isn't constricted, isn't trying to, an amplifier that's struggling to keep up, you can easily get into the music and forget about the reproduction of it, and your toe starts tapping and you're much freer to get deep into the music. And I think that is the goal of every, well, it's what every reviewer is looking for, but from a designer's standpoint, that's what we go for. We say, you know what, here's the range I am willing to put this thing into. If we're designing speakers, if we're designing an amplifier, I need it to do this, and I need it within that space to do really, really well. And if I can do that, it'll have pace, rhythm, and timing without any problem. And that's what we strive to do, and that's why. So get rid of the struggle of the system and you'll have PRAT. Thanks. Bye.